Hey guys, and welcome back to this episode of Dcast. I am D-Bone.
And I am D-Rail.
And D-Guest for today is the Omegle guy with the bald head, the mustache, and the creepy jump scares. Good friend of ours, John Sakadorian.
Good evening, is the Hyphonix here. Thank you everybody for your time. I appreciate I've never been on a podcast.
Never once in your life?
Really?
Not this one, no. I've been on other ones.
Oh.
That's fair.
Oh.
So to open up, I'm going to ask you just some quick questions just to kind of get your brain juices flowing, all right? As quickly as you can, answer these questions. You ready? They're simple. They're simple. What is your favorite food?
It's always ever changing, but I'm going to have to go with tacos. Big fan of them. They're great. They have so much to offer. You can change them around, all kinds of different things.
Awesome.
It used to be orange chicken.
Orange chicken.
Used to be, not anymore.
Okay, and next question. What is your favorite movie?
You know, I don't watch a lot of movies out there, but my favorite TV show, I know that off the top of my head.
Sure, what's your favorite TV show?
The Last Airbender, the Avatar. Favorite TV show I watch, followed right below Breaking Bad, which makes no sense because those are two completely different genres, but those are great TV shows. And I watch mostly TV shows, not too many movies. Shrek. Big fan of Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
More of the memes rather than the movie itself, but I've watched it so many times with my father. Such a good time. It's my dad's favorite movie. He really likes Shrek.
How does he say it?
Shrek?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he just says a lot of the Shrek lines. Is what he likes. He's,
really?
Yeah, he's like life is onion, John. It's with onion.
After meeting him, I would kill for him to say those lines.
No, he will eat an onion just like Shrek does. He'll bite it like an apple. He'll be like, "Look, I eat like Shrek." Look, yeah, that's good. That's disgusting,
That's
but
great.
good. Yeah,
That's amazing.
Shrek's a big, culturally important movie for me.
We got a lot more out of that question than I thought. All right.
I love Shrek.
I can tell.
I think my 28th birthday is going to be Shrek themed. I think I'm going to go all out. I want to rent a donkey.
If you go to Omegle for donkey,
look,
that's content.
Look at my donkey.
Wait, do you still have that? Do you still have that blow up Shrek?
I would kill to see how people in Omegle would react to that.
That's funny.
I mean, I got big things planned when I come back to Florida.
I can tell you got big things, man. A donkey on Omegle? Now that's content.
Everyone's gonna skip anyways.
That's true. All that effort.
That's true.
Anyways,
I'm ready for that. Sorry.
Next question. What is your favorite genre of music?
Random sounds. Just random assortments of sounds, no words whatsoever, like bippity bop.
Like ambience?
Yeah, I just like ambient vibes, bro. I just like really. Oh, and then techno, bro. I'm still really into techno. That shit is so good. Still, I've been listening on loop for hours on end. The same, just like I don't really listen to new music. Just listen to the same like 5 songs.
Nice. Okay. All right. Last question.
Oh,
yes. You got any more? I'm saying you got a lot of depth into your answers.
I just get excited.
Right.
I'll just get excited with techno. I still really love it.
All right. So really stay on that track of depth and like really giving us good, solid answers. Last question. What is your bank account number?
Well, I love you guys. I do so much, but I don't even know the number at the top of my head. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, you don't actually.
I don't know the name. What like the bank account, like my number for like my debit card, or like
the account number, yeah.
Oh no, I don't know I don't know the number of my bank account. No.
Why did you say that? Oh no! I didn't know.
It's a long number.
It's a long number.
Yeah.
I didn't know the last numbers.
Is it?
You're talking about,
but never not like the first ones.
Isn't it only like 7?
So 7? It's more than 7.
Oh, okay.
What?
I was talking about net worth. It's big. More than 7 digits. Okay,
mine's 7. Like my checking account number is 7 numbers.
No,
I know it off the top of my head.
No, I'm talking. If you're talking about the numbers, like the actual amount of numbers.
No. I'm talking. What are we?
We're mixing this conversation.
Can I give my bank account? Please don't put it in the podcast. I don't know my bank account. I don't like this question. I feel like you're trying to get some information into me.
I think Darrell's was, what's your social security number?
I do know that number.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you know that. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not saying that one out loud.
That's just a little bit of fun that we like to do there. It's not like we've done it a bunch.
Like social engineer your guests.
Yeah. Trying to trick them.
This is fun.
And then don't post it just because you robbed them.
Yeah, I end the call. If they give me what I want, I end the call and I never talk to them ever again. So, John Sakadorian, how's life, my friend?
Life is good. I have a lot of big things planned in terms of life. I'm still growing. I'm healthy. I feel good.
I can't take anything you say seriously.
Why not?
I got a lot of big things in life.
Things.
Life. It's like,
bro, I really do. I got big plans.
Name one.
Oh, like for my what are you talking about? Like my life or like YouTube? I mean, those are two.
You just said you got a lot of big things in life.
Well, I mean, we gotta pick one. Which one are we picking?
Whatever life is, whatever you.
Well, I'm going to become a bodybuilder within the next 2 years, and I'm going to make my own protein brand and my own pre-workout brand, and then I'm going to dominate it with a massive twist. It's going to be insane. It's going to be a great way for me to really expand it into a completely different avenue. Like, no one's going to expect me to go down that line, and I'll be able to make a product that'll be so revolutionary. It won't be any different, but it will look super cool.
But you're saying this all on the podcast.
No, don't post this in the podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
I love how in your statement you said no one will see it coming as you're saying it in a podcast. That's great.
We're gonna talk in a podcast. It's gonna be different. I lied. It's gonna be super different.
Super different. Okay.
Noted.
That's down the line. This is something I'm working my way up there.
Let's talk about you, John. Let's talk about streaming and how you got there. I know, like, obviously, Darrell and I both know how you started and everything like that, but people watching the podcast may not know. So how did you start streaming? What got you into streaming, I guess?
Oh, I look back onto it, and I wish I started, first of all, streaming earlier. I knew about streaming when I was like 15 or 16. I just thought it was really cringe. It's just the thought of it in general. But it wasn't until I was 18, a humble age of still developing mentally and not really understanding in terms of what streaming really was. But I did wrap my way back around it all because of a mobile game that I don't play to this day, but I have still on and off on it, called Clash of Clans. I used to just promote my my little clan in there on my phone while I was like sitting in PE class. So I'd take my phone out, quickly type, tell people to join the clan, or I'd be underneath the table in class and telling people to join my clan and go to the bathroom and do it. And I realized it was an absolute waste of time. I'd get like one person a week and then they would leave because the clan wouldn't be active enough and I couldn't really, facilitate enough people to join it. So that's where I started becoming desperate. I started going to forums to promote my clan, lying, saying there's the most active in the community, join it today, it's growing, and there's like 3 people in there. And that didn't work, so I went to YouTube videos to promote it. I didn't get enough upvotes on the comments, so I couldn't really grow the clan. It wasn't until I remembered that streaming was a thing. And I just thought to myself, is there people out there that are streaming this game? And there was. And that is where it all began. I saw some guy streaming it. He had like 30 viewers, but he had a full clan. I was like, bro, this is what I gotta do to get started. I'm gonna stream, get the clan full, do it for like 2 or 3 days, and I quit. I'm never gonna stream again. And maybe I'll stream like once or twice a month to keep the clan active and refill it for the people that stay that become like inactive. That's what I did. I started it. And the whole purpose of just getting people to join the clan, and to do it, I basically was playing the nice guy, like, hey guys, I'll look at your base, I'll let you know what you gotta do. I was super good, super nice, like very different. All right, 9 years ago, I was looking at people's bases and going, oh, your walls are great, you gotta work on this, you gotta do that, this is awesome, join my clan. Join it. And it worked. I filled up the clan within like 2 or 3 days, and I realized something real quick. I was like, wait a second. The streaming thing is a little fun. I kind of like the attention. I love attention. It's one of my favorite things. People talking to me. It's great. It makes me happy, right? And got addicted to it. I came back the next day. It wasn't even really about having people join the clan. It was all about getting more people to watch the streams. And, it really snowballed from there, from something so wholesome to something so different as the years went on. But that's how it started, essentially.
All based off of one guy that you saw streaming with 30 viewers? Like, what if he didn't have 30 viewers, I guess? Would you be like, oh, this is kind of stupid, I'm not going to stream it because there's no point?
No. So I did see, I actually know who this person is that I'm talking about. He was a content creator. His name was Trap God. It was misspelled. I remember watching his streams. He, like, did some really stupid stuff. He got 500 followers, so he took a full shot of salt. I remember watching that. I thought that was the dumbest thing. I look back on it, I still think about it. That is so stupid. I'm pretty sure you could just die drinking,
Oh, you dehydrate yourself, can't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But he was doing it. He had a full clan, and I saw other people that were streaming the game. They had way more viewers. They had full clans as well too. But like, this is one of the first people I saw when I looked at it at one night, and I realized like I got to give it a try. Maybe people will watch my stream, and somehow, some way, I really picked the perfect game to really start it because there wasn't that many people in that community. Maybe like 10 or 15 streamers. So popping up in that scene, I actually had a chance to peek out of there and actually grow as a content, and that which wasn't a part of my plan at all.
Awesome. So I guess the way that I see it is like you started playing games, right? And you're like, oh, this is fun, this is great. At what point, I guess, were you like, what made you say I want to do this as a job, not just for fun?
Yeah, no. So I did it for the whole purpose, for fun, and because I want people in my clan. There was no other reason. I didn't have a donation button set up even when I started too. I didn't really understand that concept because I remember watching other content creators stream and they got paid money, and I was like, man, that is so cringe. People are giving this guy money and he's playing Sims and he sucks. But then I realized the guy was actually funny, and then I understood it, which was Soda Poppin' at the time. I remember watching his stream. He was getting like a $5 donation every minute. I'm like, man, this is so stupid. This is not even funny. Like, and then I realized after watching the stream for a little bit, I'm like, oh, okay, no, he's actually got a personality. That's funny. But I was still so confused how he was just getting, $100 every 10 minutes to play a game, and I was like, man, that's dumb. So when I first started, I didn't have a donation button because I didn't really think of it as a job at all. It wasn't until someone, after about a few days of streaming, said, you got to set up a donation button. So I was like, okay. All right. Sure, yeah, why not? I'm intrigued, and okay, sure. I'm assuming, because I'm such a good guy, I did a good base review, I'll set up a button for him. I did. The guy donated $1. I blew my mind, bro. It was midnight. Yeah. I got $1. His name is Coyote. That was his name. That was his channel name. Oh. And
shout out Coyote.
I remember shout out to Coyote. I ran in my parents' room at midnight, did knock on the door, opened the door, they're both sleeping. I'm like, somebody donated money. I didn't say how much. I just said somebody donated money. I remember my dad looking at me like, bro, shut up. It's so late. Please. And my mom's like waking up, or oh my God, sweetie, what? And then I ran back into the room, and then he donated $3. Wow. I made $4. And I was like, bro, this is the coolest thing ever. I made $4.
Right.
And then I went back to school the next day, and I had a friend named Levi. I'm like, yo, Levi, somebody donated me $1, bro. Like, what the heck? And I remember so vividly him looking at me like, bro, shut the fuck up. That's great. I remember it so vividly. I was showing him a donation. He's like, that's cool, buddy. Cringe. It was such a turning point, because when that happened, I was like, wait a second, maybe I can make a livelihood off this, and I could maybe take this somewhere. I think that's really where I started to understand that it could become something much more than just like a little fun thing to get people to join my clan. And it's also where like it really evolved to switching the content from really looking at people's faces and just purely entertainment.
What made you go into, because your next form, I think, if I'm staying corrected here, your next form of streaming, next form of content was IRLs, right?
Oh, that's
or is that way after? Because you just started doing RuneScape as well, right?
Yeah, so I did.
So I guess talk about your progression of going from Clash of Clans.
It became degenerate quick, very quick.
Yeah.
I did Clash of Clans for 1 year. But what really made me stand out in that community, and quickly too, was I was like, every time somebody follows me, I'll do 2 push-ups. Every time somebody donates $1, I'll do 5 push-ups. And I was just doing thousands of push-ups a night for 8 to 10 hours at a time. The game had nothing to do with the stream anymore, and the view count just kept going up to watch me suffer. And then I was like, man, they love this. Let's do this with eating disgusting stuff now. And I would be like, $10, I'll eat a banana with the peel. Give me $20, I'll eat an onion with ketchup. Give me $50, I'll do that chug this, vomit that out, do push-ups, call an Uber. I'll do anything. And it became so degenerate so fast. It went from something so wholesome, so like, I would say, what's the word for it? Trying to find the right word for it. It was something that was so wholesome, and you would look at it and be like, "Oh, this guy's just playing this Clash of Clans game. It's he's building a clan up to just pure degenerate content within just about like 6 months." And because the game started like dying down in terms of the content, and it was all just like my streams are basically focused around me, and and that's also why I know for a fact I built up an audience very quickly in that community. And then when Clash of Clans died down, they came out Supercell came out with Clash Royale, and that game is where it really changed my life, because I realized I can grow a lot larger in that community, and which I did. My view count went up so much that I got picked up by Team Liquid, and I changed my content to being less degenerate and more gameplay involved. And that's where I told my parents, you know what, I'm not going to do college anymore. I'm going to focus on this. They were so sad, so disappointed. They're like, wow, that's stupid, but okay, sure. Maybe this will be a phase he'll get over. He's 19, it's fine. Yeah. And that was, a great run in my life in terms of like what I was doing. And from Clash Royale dying down, that's where I moved to RuneScape, where I was doing, again, degenerate content for a little while. And then from there, it went to IRL, which I look back, and I personally think it has been some of the most unbelievably cringe moments in my life that I hope I can forget, but I know I won't. And it's one of the big things that I really can't even imagine having a child come to this world and look back at the clips that I've made, because I don't want them to even know that I existed, because I did some stuff that was stupid. But hey, yeah, now I do Omegle. Very different. And not as degenerate at all.
Yeah, true.
Do you think that if you weren't to have done the degenerate style of content at that point, do you think you would be where you are now?
No. It was a blessing that I did the degenerate content, because I got banned and I moved to YouTube, and I was able to grow into a completely different content creator that wasn't degenerate whatsoever compared to what I was doing on Twitch, and it made me really like mature and grow up and stop doing stupid stuff. So, if I didn't, I would have definitely had a completely different. Who knows what I'd be doing today? Obviously, I'm not sure, but it was a blessing in disguise. I'm happy that I ended up getting banned. It was a good lesson to be learned for me.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, true. So it definitely made me change my life in terms of content and what I was doing. Plus, I mean, I'm 27 now, so I look back on it. I get what I was doing was really stupid. A lot of the dumb things.
Right.
And I get why people really liked watching it. I totally understand it. Just the thing that I don't understand is that people that come into my chat and be like, hey, man, I miss when you used to just jump out the window and vomit out random things. And I'm like, bro, like, you were a kid. I was a teenager. You're an adult now. Grow up. I'm not doing that. I'm like almost 30, bro. I'm not going to just dolphin dive Call of Duty style out of a window and then eat a bunch of random vomit. And I'm good, bro. Like, I don't know. Some people definitely have not grown up in my community.
Yeah. I've always thought it'd be fun to do that kind of style of content back in those days. Number one, because we were younger. But number two, a lot of things that were popular around that time were like Jackass was a big thing. Like everybody loved Jackass. I was like, dude, I want to be the next, Johnny Knoxville.
Not only that, but like Filthy Frank, Pink Guy, super popular at the time.
It's just where the internet was back then. It feels like it was just a different time period. So
yeah, no, it's very different. Now, the content that's like deemed as like hip is the most, I think, cringe shit possible, which is Rizz content. Like, fuck you. Like, oh my god, it's unwatchable. Some of the worst shit.
It's really bad.
I wasn't.
Would you rather do the degenerative stuff or the Rizz content?
Yes.
At your age right now?
100%. I'd rather just break shit and do dumb eating competitions than rizzing up anybody. Like both are very cringe. One is a midlife crisis. One is just, I mean, I don't even know how to put the words for it. It is beyond cringe. It's like, dude, the thing is, like, there are people that are older than me, like almost 30, dude, and they're rizzing up 15-year-olds.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I just don't. And like, they're popular. They are. People watch it, and like the comment section is like, bro, you really bagged her, man, up here. It's like, all right.
Do you think that at some point there's going to be anything worse than Rizz?
Yes, 100%. The internet's ever evolving to cringe content and trends. I don't know what the next thing is, but I promise you, within like the next 2 years, it will be a completely different cycle of dog shit content that's going to be glorified and praised by the younger audiences that eat it up and enjoy it. So I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be terrible. I mean, have you seen YouTube Shorts recently?
Mm.
It's just garbage too.
Wait, what's big on YouTube Shorts? I don't watch YouTube Shorts.
It's like YouTube Shorts. Like you have like Skibbity Bop Toilet, you know.
Oh yeah, Skibbity Toilet.
All that stuff. And like I get the whole entire like concept of making that kind of content from a creator's aspect. It's unlimited. It's a money glitch. But like there's actual like kids that sit there and watch this brain rotting mush. So because that's what they're watching. I can't imagine what the content they're going to be enjoying in a year from now.
I was in the SNL line, right? For SNL. And behind us were these like two people that are having a conversation, and they're like, it's all young adults like to go to see SNL, and they were talking, and people in the SNL line, they love talking about like everything that's going on in their life, and they're all kind of like theater kids, so like they're all just like blurted out and are very like what's it called? Exaggerated and loud about it. And they're like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend, yada, yada, yada. This person cheated on me, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they just go like, yada, yada, skibbity toilet. Ha ha ha. And it's just like,
oh my God.
What? Like, me and my friend, we physically like cringed in that moment because we're like, they're like older. They're like our age or older. They're like my age. Like I'm a 22. So, and they're like that or like older, like 23, 24. And they're going skibbity toilet and laughing about it? Bro. Come on. Like
at this point it's just sounds that's funny. Sounds. But you know what's more cringe?
But that's what but that's just what social media is now. It's like we've downgraded so far with memes and everything where just like a singular photo with the word like mungus is hilarious to people, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I it's just a culture. I don't know, it's different.
You sound like a boomer, Duro.
I am a boomer. I don't get it.
But I just feel like our content has gone from just like long videos to we've shortened it down to obviously TikToks and Vines, and then like you're talking about now, it's just gotten even smaller to the point where you can literally just put a picture of something and then put Among Us, and then people think it's the funniest thing.
Exactly, right? Bro. Like going back to what you said, John, with Rizzing, people don't even use words anymore. People just do that like that thing, and everyone just gets it, and I don't get it.
What is that?
Get it?
I don't know.
That's how people Rizz. I don't get it. But you know what amazed me? And words can't express to me how much I physically cringed. And I mean it. I really mean it. I was doing creepy doll hacking. Like, because I was filming for creepy doll hacking. So I wasn't in the forefront. I was two people's conversations, right?
Yeah.
I was like, there's no possible, like, this is just a cringe thing that people do for the trend. It doesn't actually have, it's now just become like a meme. It's now just a joke. No one legitimately does this, and it legitimately works. These two girls, like, on Omegle, like, they're just two random girls. This guy, he just goes like, and the girls go, oh my gosh, that's so adorable. That's so cute. And he was just like, huh, what's your snap? And everything. And they were like, and they were about to type it in. And I was like, no way that legit works. And so I instantly interrupted it with the creepy doll and got them scared. It was funny. But I was like, this legit works. I was like, it's not even, I think for a certain generation, it's not even like a meme. It's like legit, just like how it's the equivalent of how you basically, when you were like a lower schooler, like when I was lower school and you ran up to like your crush and you go like, I like you. And then you just run away. It's the equivalent of that now for the younger generation. I don't get it.
I see that 5 times an hour.
Exactly.
Every day.
I thought it was just a meme, and I thought it just became like a joke on TikTok and everything that everyone's just doing it. But
you're average.
But there, what?
A joke that you thought you were like not understanding. There's no joke to it.
Yeah, I think there's like a legit crowd of people that just literally use that as a way of like just actually rizzing, and that blew my mind.
Yeah, no.
Or just actually trying to like talk to people, and I was like, no way.
No, I mean that is literally how rizzing is done. It's just that with clips of them just doing it twice and over. And I've seen somebody use it against me this week with a clip as well too. There's like a 12-year-old kid doing it too.
Oh my god, that's
not audacity. What you think? You liked it? Like, bro.
It's like, bro.
No. So dog shit. Anyways,
I just wonder
where we.
Yeah, like where do we go from here?
Worse.
Nowhere.
How does it get worse?
The ground.
How does it get worse?
See, you say that, but there's always a way it can get worse.
I've always been intrigued because I am a pretty heavy Clash Royale player. So you ended up playing that and became a part of Team Liquid, right?
That was a very, very like luck moment. I streamed every single day Clash Royale, and I was a massive spender on the game, and I mean massive, to the point where anytime they would come out with a new card, I would have that card, I would have it maxed out in 15 minutes. Jesus. I would spend however much money I needed to spend. Like, they come with a card, I'm dropping $500, I'm getting it, maxing out in 5 minutes, playing with the maxed out card, and it was addicting. The view count was stupid for that game. Like,
really?
It dwarfed. No. My Clash Royale view count dwarfed my Omegle view count.
Jesus.
That's how insane it was. I was pulling the release of cards. I was pulling from 1 to 2K immediately to 4K to 5K to watch me get these new cards, play with them right away. And then whenever there would be like a big tournament, I'd get hosted through the app to watch me. And my view count would go up to 10K plus within a minute because they would promote me into the app. So it was very addicting to really grow in that community because I was getting promoted so much, as well as I was in the top leaderboard at the time. So, like, you could watch this guy over here. He might be better than me, but he doesn't spend as much as me. So he's not in the top 200. You can watch me. I'm funny. I'm terrible at the game, but I am top 200 because I spent more money than Timmy. And I'm absolutely destroying everybody because they can't compete with my money at the time. With the very early infancy of the game for like the first few weeks. Obviously, everyone caught up and, the real players really came out, and those guys were insane. But in that time frame, the owner of Team Liquid came across my stream, in the chat, donated $100. He's like, hey, bro, we love your personality. Let's touch base. I'm like, huh? Next day, I'm on a call with him. He's like, we think you have a great personality. You got a great community and whatnot. We're going to see if you're interested in commentating. And just like that, within just like 2 weeks, the contract was signed for a 1-year contract. And I was commentating for Supercell official games and the competitions that they were running, at the same time getting promotion from in-app like tournaments and whatnot, and it was insane. Like, I was like on a low end, I was like a 2K Andy on Clash Royale days when the game was at its heyday, all the time, because there was always new cards coming out every month. I was always maxing them out. I was getting lots of sponsors to run it up and as well too, and so I maxed out quickly. And I did that whole year contract. It was a great time in my life. I was 19, so it was super cool. I was traveling different places, commentating different things. I definitely was really stupid with my money because I just thought, oh yeah, I'm set. I'm good.
Yeah.
When you're 19, you're not. I don't really think you're the smartest in terms of finances. So
100%.
I look back at it. I'm happy I did what I did. But at the same time, I wish I was a little smarter.
What made you steer away from that content, out of curiosity? Because it seems like you were having a good time, you're having a great community, and then you jumped into like a Team Liquid. Like, I feel like that's like the peak, right? You're like, what gets good? So how did you end up falling off from Clash Royale and Clash of Clans, I guess? That kind of content.
So I mean, like, all jokes aside, sadly,
I would say, is it a touchy subject or? Oh, okay.
No. Okay, the game started dying down.
Yeah.
And it really, honestly, it was no longer worth spending money on the game. It was no longer worth really grinding it out because I could already see that the game was starting to slowly dwindle down. People were already moving on to different ideas, different games and whatnot. And Supercell was already working on other games, which at the time it was like in the talk of like Brawl Stars and whatnot, which is still popular today. And I thought to myself, okay, I got to really think of something else that's going to be personally driven where I can move from this community. And that's exactly what I did. I did a lot of like personality based streams where it was nothing with gaming, just me doing dumb things and hoping that my audience would watch, and they did. And slowly I transitioned to RuneScape, which at the time absolutely killed my my Twitch channel in terms of like the amount of view count I was having. I remember it so vividly. It was like a solid 2 week transition period where I was pulling lots of viewers to pulling like 100 to 200 viewers and having every single person in the chat go, you know, if you play Clash Royale, you have way more viewers, buddy. Way more. Like, this is garbage. And I just kept on telling them, hey, guys, you know, I just want to move on to something different. I want to go somewhere where there's a community that will last longer than Clash Royale. And it was, I just like, bro, it was such a pushback, so much negative. Like every day for like 2 weeks, just, this game is so boring. It sucks. I hate you. I'm happy your channel died. And it was like this for like 2 weeks. But then I started to really build up in the RuneScape community as a content creator. And within, I'd say, 2 months of streaming it, I became like a 1,000 average viewer streamer content creator on there. And it really took off. And I really started building up a new audience on there with degenerate content sprinkled in between. And that's where I really blew up on Twitch in terms of like crazy streams that slowly just drifted away from RuneScape. And the game was like the size of a calculator, and it was all about whatever I was doing. And that's where the real degenerate content really took place, because I was getting addicted to the view count. I was addicted to do anything to get attention. It was like, I look back onto it, I was trying to do stuff like grab any person on the side of the street, be like, come join my stream, I will give you this much money, hang out with me. That's the kind of content. Like, we'd have a pizza guy come over. I would tip him $100. Like, here's a baseball bat. Break this. Do this. Do you want to do this or that? And like, they'd be down. I would get an Uber driver. He'd come to the door. I'd be like, I don't need any ride. I need you to come inside. I'll pay $100. Come dance and hang out with us. And they would. They'd come in, hang out. And it was wild. It was a lot of fun. We made some great friends, some really degenerate people, some absolute people that should have never been in the household. It was absolutely stupid. But I understand why the content was great. Like, my streams were very short, but they were chaotic, and there was something happening every moment. So it'd be like 2-3 hour streams with like 5 hours of cleanup, because it was such a mess of all the dumb things that we were doing.
Think any of that content will work today?
No. 100% TOS. It would be broken. Like, I was trying to do really degenerate content with people off, like, whoever was around at the time to come in and do whatever it is. I mean, this is the part you probably might want to cut out of your podcast, is like, I was having the pizza guy come over and be like, hey, bro, it was absolutely degenerate, stupid content.
This is all on Twitch?
All on Twitch. So, like, the view counts were dumb, but I got banned.
Right.
And I got banned for very little stupid things that would never get anybody banned, but they were trying to find any reason to get me banned. And I understand.
Did you have, I guess I don't really know, did you have a job before? I don't remember if we've talked about this, but did you have a job before you started streaming?
Okay, so I did have a job. It wasn't anything too crazy. I was washing dishes at a Thai restaurant. That's what I used to do. And it was something I did for like 6 months. It was just to help out. It was just to help out because I had a family that was working there. I did that for 6 months at 16. It wasn't really much. This is way before streaming. But as I was streaming, what I was doing was I was actually working construction with my dad. That's what I was doing. So like, I'd wake up really early in the morning, go do like a construction job, help my dad clean up stuff at construction sites, help him cut 2x4s for specific little pieces and whatnot. You know, things that he would trust me. He was slowly teaching me like, oh, how to do this, how to do that, you know, being proud of me and like, oh, you know, my son knows how to cut this log correctly. But when I started streaming, I obviously was streaming super late, and I'd be getting off like at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And I was still, to appease my dad, I'd be waking up sometimes still 6 a.m. with 4 hours of sleep going to work. And obviously when streaming really took off and I started making a substantial amount of income, I'm like telling my dad, like, you know, you got to hire somebody else. I love you, but I don't need this money. And I really want more than 3 hours of sleep. I just can't keep doing this. So it was a big letdown at first, for sure. Just not being able to like help out.
So you go from RuneScape, all that. You get banned on Twitch, and then you move over to Omegle. When you moved over to Omegle to YouTube. So you move over to YouTube. Is that when you moved over to Omegle?
Oh no, not necessarily. When I got banned on Twitch, it was
because I know you did your IRL stuff and everything like that, right?
Yeah. So no, when I got banned, I didn't know what I was necessarily going to do, because when I was thinking initially, I'm like, I got to think of content that I can do consistently that's not going to get me banned, get me in trouble, and I didn't know necessarily what that was going to be. I know that Omegle existed, and I thought to myself, that might be a great like middle ground kind of content to just do to pass the time while I figure out what my next big thing is going to be. So that's initially what it was at first. I was just thinking, what kind of IRL little niche should I be doing? So when I got into YouTube, I gave Omegle a try because I thought this could be some good content I could do in the meantime while I figure out what my actual content's going to be. And that didn't happen.
Look at you now.
Omegle really resonated with the audience. They really liked it. They're like, oh, this is funny. We like John, and we like watching John talk to people and mess around and roast them and maybe play skits on them.
The weird part is that I feel like Omegle is just one of those things that is like kind of like timeless in like a weird way. It's like I feel like because like Omegle's been around. Like there's been Omegle creators since like the early days of YouTube. Like Omegle's always been there, and so I just feel like even though now I know Omegle's gone and there's like Omi TV and Monkey and all these other apps, I feel like the idea of having a conversation with a stranger via webcam and making videos out of it will always be timeless and will always work. I feel like no matter the year it is, even for the foreseeable future.
No, I mean, it's good content. I get why people like it. It makes sense. Especially if you actually have good content that falls into a specific niche. Which when I first started Omegle, I didn't really have a niche. I didn't have an idea. Didn't have a jump scare. I was just interacting with people, trying to make them laugh. And if I couldn't make them laugh, I would roast them. That was basically it. And I did not know what to make of it. Every single day when I went on Omegle, I had a different idea. And like I'd say 70% of them sucked. But I did them anyways to try it out, to see what would work. And for a long time, it really didn't work. I had a consistent view base, consistent people watching me and whatnot, and had its ups and downs, but I still really couldn't find like an actual niche. And that wasn't until I figured out hacking. That's where it really just took a whole turn. And that took about a year to figure out, of just Omegle, a whole year, doing it every day for like 5 hours a day. Now I really know what I'm doing, just stabbing in the dark, trying different ideas. And then when hacking came to happen and the viewers loved it and we posted a video, even at that point, I still didn't think that would be the main content because it didn't even do good at first. The video flopped completely. A hacking video sat at no views for like 2 weeks, and I just already dismissed it as a bad idea. And I moved on to figuring out different little skits to do. And then overnight, somebody posted on Reddit. It got 200K views overnight, and then it started to actually hit the natural YouTube algorithm, and I was like, oh, that's my new content. Wow, okay. That's what we're going to do. And then I absolutely went straight to making a video every week for months and blow the channel out of proportion to what it was.
All because of one person on Reddit.
Yeah, so whoever that person was on Reddit, they really made that video hit the actual natural algorithm, and then every video after that all did amazing.
Wow. Shout out to that person on Reddit. That's
whoever that person is.
Yeah, because before that I was doing Omegle every day, but I was not making much progress as a content creator. I wasn't posting any videos really, and I was streaming every single day. And YouTube and streaming with no videos is really not a way to grow a channel at the time. And even to this day, it's still not a way to grow a channel. Like, you're not going to grow a channel for the most part based off just streaming. You have to have some kind of short form or video content revolved around something. So because that video blew up, I took off and just did that for a solid year.
Were the views still the same, kind of like that same?
Oh no! With the hacking, the view counts were insane. I was pulling like at the peak of like hacking, 3,000 to 6,000 viewers on some of the streams. In the very peak of like all the videos blowing up at the exact same time.
Were you streaming like typically how you do now, or it was only like 3-4 hours, or were you doing like the full 8?
No, I was doing just 5 hours a day every day, but I wasn't taking a day off for about a year. I remember taking like a day off because I had absolutely no choice. It was like a family emergency. I was so bummed out, but I I still even remember the same viewers going, "Wow, he's so lazy."
That's crazy.
He doesn't even care about us. He's not even trying. If he loved us, he would have streamed more.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I did the hacking idea to Instagram, and I'm happy I did because it's over. When it first blew up, and like the idea was so new, everyone was in awe about it, and everyone was like, "Wow, this is so cool!" And then all content creators started mimicking the same content idea and shouting me out, so he just propelled it even more to the point where it's like, "Oh, that's just a hacking guy." But then obviously that stuff became so hard to do, and I realized it was becoming more and more of an effort to even get a reaction because people realized the whole hacking shtick and how that works. So dumbed it down to just a simple fake skip, and then that blew up again. A massive proportion, even more than hacking. And then now, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
how to
no, you're the little phase that you have is, well, actually, it's it's just playing clips, like
clips, yeah.
webcam clips. Yeah,
I didn't do that for a long time either.
I got you into
Never
that.
did that. I
do. It's because of my magic trick video that got you into the clips and the fake skip the clips and everything.
That was a life change, bro.
Because you were like, because he relied on. It was because when we first hung out for your stream, he wanted to like manually do the fake skip into a person on the webcam thing. So he darted all the way upstairs.
Yes,
and I was on a Discord call with him in a whole other room. And I was like, why can't we just do pre-tapes? Because that was way easier. And he never knew that concept. He never came to his head. And so
that was a life-changing concept.
Oh yeah.
Too. It made life so easy.
So
it's an absolute game changer.
The only thing that's difficult about it is just trying to predict how the person on Omegle is going to react and just try to like script it in a way. But with us being like doing it for so long, we just know it by now how people on Omegle are basically going to react, and so we can just base the pre-tapes off of that, of like, oh, what's going on, and then play the thing. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so hard to find someone that's gullible today at this point.
It's impossible.
God.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah, my patience so thin at this point. I'm so tilted all the time because I just keep getting, I'm not dumb. I know this is a clip. I haven't even played a clip yet.
The problem is that everyone goes on Omegle basically to find a content creator or to like basically find content or something. So it's it's run its ship kind of a little bit. There's still gullible people, but
I mean, there is gullible people, bro, but like
not many.
It's like that cow meme where the cow is like literally just malnourished. There's nothing to milk anymore. That's how Omegle feels like in terms of making a really good video. It's like, man, we talk about nostalgia, and we're literally talking about just a year ago.
Yeah,
so much
we are.
As if it was like a decade ago. But like,
it's so bad.
I cannot express to you how different Omegle was, and in the general like audience that used it 2 years ago. Absolute day and night.
True. It's like when I started doing Omegle in like 2020. It was 2020, 2021. Whole different site. A completely different site. Everyone was like not aware of this and everything. Got jump scares left and right. Because it was so good that I was able to like post almost every 3 days. Like a new video every 3 days. What I originally did when I started my Omegle career. Because I was getting reactions left and right. It was beautiful. I loved it. But now it's impossible to even just get that. Let alone them recognizing me, which is a whole other thing. But just in general, just getting reactions, that's almost impossible.
At what point do you guys decide, okay, I'm done with this? Like, is it to the point of like, because you guys, honestly, especially you, John, I watch your streams, you're there 4 hours, right? Maybe one reaction. Maybe one reaction. Like, at what point do you just be like, okay, I gotta stop
watching
with
you
this.
do it? That's crazy. How you do like you don't even get one reaction some nights.
But my
that's
favorite
insane
is when I don't get any reaction, I have the audience antagonize me. So how many clips we get today? Oh yeah, that's right. We're getting good man now. And then, like,
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's me. sometimes I literally am watching the stream. Like I have it to the corner, and I just chime in around the end. I'm like, how many clips did you get? I just do it on purpose. I'm just trolling you. I guess I know.
No, I mean I get it. It's like a whole a whole joke at this point.
It's funny.
I understand
It's
it.
funny.
But there will be people though that are very clueless with what's going on, and they will join it. They just watched a YouTube short, some of my best content that I've gotten, and they will go, "Whoa, you steered so many people! You got such a great reaction!" And they come into the stream, and then they're watching it for like 2 minutes, and they're like, "Can you get a scare? Can you do the thing that I just saw?" And I'm just like sitting there, already tilted, 3 hours of nothing at all. And they're like, "Can you do the part where you do the scary part?" And like the whole chat just plays in with them all the time, saying, "Oh, he's about to do it right now. He's just busy yapping. He's just busy figuring it out." It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, the question I would say again is, where do you stop? Like, is it you go a whole week of just like nothing, and you're like, dude, I can't do this anymore? Because I would get to your point where you are now, where it was like one a day. Like I can't do this.
It's one of those things where like it's difficult to just stop or just end when it's like your career.
I guess
it's like okay, John's starting to pivot. Like you're starting to like not pivot, but it's just like you're doing other things, like you're gaming and stuff, which is good to like do other stuff. Like
I'm thinking what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking too, but it's one of those things where it's just like, especially for me, it's like my channel is Omegle. It is just Omegle, so it's like if I just stop. There goes my financial. Like, I how am I supposed to make money anymore? I can't just stop. I have to you have to slowly like progress over to other things, you know.
I mean, it's true. Yeah. You do have to progressively, slowly move on. Like, 100%. You can't obviously do the same thing forever, and you obviously can't get to the point where like you just cold turkey and do new content as a content creator on YouTube. Twitch is different. Twitch, like you could play something completely different and cold turkey to something else. But on YouTube, when your channel revolves around just one content, you can't just go, "All right, guys, we're going to do unboxing videos now." It's like your channel is going to literally plummet like a skyrocket down to the ground explosion of
it would totally kill your channel.
Yeah, you have to like if you want to do that, like you got to do like for example, I do Omegle content, so Omegle content, maybe a little splice of something different. Omegle content, like you gotta. If you're gonna transition, you gotta transition slowly. You can't just cold turkey it.
Where do you go from Omegle? Is that a loaded question or?
Right now, I'm at a point where I know I still can make great videos. There's still great demand for Omegle videos that are, interesting. Like, dude, I know for a fact, like today, if I was to post a great like name skip video, it would blow up. I can't get it anymore. I can't get those clips anymore, but I know that like that the demand for it is 110%. The ability to make it almost impossible. So there's like a massive demand for great content to be made from Omegle. It's just so hard to do. So in the time frame that there is still a demand, I still want to be able to squeeze out a few more videos. But in terms of what that next content will be, I'm still trying to figure that out right now. If you can give me a hint, I would love that. Like if you could DM me the idea, because I would love to figure out what else I'm gonna do. But definitely don't want to rock the ship that's already super successful right now, because it's still working. The videos still do great, and the demand is still definitely there. It's just to make it is so hard now.
Words can't describe. Oh my gosh, words can't describe. That night we were filming at your place. We were filming at your place, and we got 0 reactions. Nothing worked. The stream was basically just a flop. And we at the end of the stream, we walked to Masha, and that was I don't even know how to describe that, because it was just like
failure.
It was just like it was like a walk of shame. It was really bad. It was really bad.
I mean,
Masha was having a good time though, I bet.
Oh yeah, Masha was loving it.
Masha having always a good time. But I mean, that's really like the harsh reality of Omegle content.
It's really
like
bad.
it's like you're disappointing your family. Like you're playing baseball and your whole family's there watching you, and you lose, and then they give you a pity pizza party anyways, even though you suck so much. And it's like, oh, you know what? You have subscribers though, so good job, buddy. And it's like, yeah, I missed every ball. missed every shot. Didn't make a home run. It's thanks, At least you had fun. It's like it's tough. 100% is. I don't know what the next move is, but I'm still gonna keep trying. Like you brought up, I go a whole week. I barely get any reactions, but when I do, though, when I get one, it's worth all the turmoil because at least I can put
exactly
that into a video. And then you have that great polished clip in a video, and the whole viewer watching it enjoys it, and they have no idea that it took 100 hours of failure to get that really good, biblical, amazing clip.
It's literally like a toxic relationship because it's like
that's a good way to think of it.
Hate it. You just hate it. But then you get that one good moment, and you're just like, all right, I'm back in, bro. And it sucks. It sucks. Omegle is a toxic relationship.
It is.
Probably because everyone on Omegle is toxic. It's great. It's perfect.
All right. One last final question. Do you see yourself doing this for the next 10 years? Do you see it in the next 15 years? Where do you see yourself, I guess, in 10 years? Streaming or going back to construction or
no. I definitely see myself streaming for another full decade after this, and I 100% see myself changing my content many times over. Don't know what it's going to be, but I can see myself 20 years from now casually streaming some games here and there, and probably streaming some type of passion project of God knows what it will be in real life. I don't know what it's going to be. But I do know that I still want to continue streaming and be consistent with it for another decade, for sure. I still have the energy in me to do it easily, and I don't think I'm gonna have a hard time finding some kind of niche that I'll enjoy doing 10 years from now. I just know one thing for sure: I will not be doing Omegle in 10 years. Mark my words, I will not be 37 trying to scare people. Absolutely not.
You see, those are famous last words.
No,
no, because you want to know the exact same. Let me say this. You want to know who said those exact same words?
Me.
The creators of South Park. They said, "Oh, wow. I don't see ourselves being." They were in their late 20s. They're like, we don't see ourselves being in our 50s doing South Park. You're crazy. They're now in their 50s doing South Park still.
All right, so that was a little bit.
My man. My man, you're gonna be like 30 something, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, Ari?" You're still gonna be on Omegle. That's so funny.
I can't. I really hope not. Let me rephrase that. I hope that in 10 years I'm doing something I really enjoy. That's not Omegle. I'm still having a good time doing it. That is the most important thing. Yes, that's
there. You go.
Do you think you'll miss it though when you stop doing Omegle? Do you think you'll be like, maybe I'll go on for it? Yeah.
No, of course I'll miss Omegle. It was a great time. It was enjoyable. Like the friends we made were great. The reactions we got were awesome. I mean, 100%, no doubt in my mind. Will I miss it? Yes. I've said this before, and I've felt this before. All good things come to an end.
Just like this podcast.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much once again for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Why do you sound so formal?
So formal.
For no reason.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. How do you outro this?
I don't know. Usually just, that was perfect, I guess. I don't know. There's really no way to outro it, so it's just kind of like...
I just thought it'd be funny to end it super formally. Like this was like a business meeting. I think we did great, chat. I mean, and boys and girls. And the
chat?
And the
Chat?
This is chat, right?
Oh, yeah, sure. This is live. This is live the entire time, by the way.
Yeah. All right.